Hey guys, I haven't been on here in forever. Hopefully the microphone can actually hear me. I'm gonna try and make this as short as possible. This is a follow-up to this last video. I want to say that in regards to all the crisis going on in the world right now, hey guys, haven't been on here in a long time. I'd like to keep this as short as possible. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's see. So I'd like to just start by saying all the crisis in the world is getting to a breaking point right now. Just continuously getting exponentially worse. So I wanted to just talk about that and help offer some of my peace of mind on it for any of y'all who are thinking about it. I would say that in order to summarize from the last video, the whole system's fucked up and there's a bunch of crisis going on right now, but it can be fixed and it's not futile. I think I was all over the place in my last video, but I'd like to say that what is important right now in terms of all the crisis going on, I think, is outreach and education. Bringing people into conversation about different crises going on. There might be some things that are closer to home to you. So racial issues locally or on a larger level, transportation or infrastructure issues, school system issues, homelessness or incarceration issues, drug war issues, animal shelter abuse or overcrowding, prison slave labor, overcrowding. There are all kinds of issues going on right now, and some might be a little bit more close to home to you. So it's good to just talk about it with people and, bring the conversation out there and get to a deeper level of understanding with other people, and especially sort of call out people who are ignorant about certain things because they, whether knowingly or not, are contributing to the problem. You want to stay safe, obviously. If it's not in a situation where you feel like you'd stay safe, then don't do that. But we want to just be able to bring out this conversation and normalize this energy that there's all these crises going on, and it doesn't just have to be that way. Talking to people about it, you could make social media posts about it, post posters or paper around town about it, or go to a local group meeting and talk about it, get involved locally with groups or organizations, make art, and spread your art. These are just some examples, but outreach of these kind of information about these crises going on, and education, just being informative about it, trying to spread information to each other, is good. Both on the system's faults and unsustainable ways itself, the facts that it's unsustainable. Everyone is in survival mode. We're in a worldwide crisis. More than half of the world are in slavery right now, or in sex trafficking. And then also outreach and education on how to change things, how to organize and take actions, how to recruit. I will try to remember to leave a link about this website that was explaining the economy that we would need, or that we are trying to work towards, at least people who are in the right mind, is it is very possible and plausible to have an economy where it is people over profit, and it can be set up that way. Oh, hey, Polo boy. What's up? It's good to see you. It's just not normalized, but it's definitely something that is very possible and the best bet for our future. So I'll try to leave a link for that. But we have bigger numbers than people. We have bigger numbers than the people in power and control do. So it's just about getting to the point where we all realize that, like, letting each other know, like, we talk about these crises, we talk about like our own experiences of stuff going on, we bring in these conversations, and we're like just trying to get as organized as possible and connected as possible about it, because we are bigger in number than people in control. And we just want to have that mindset of like being ready to do something and being connected with people so who also have this understanding, and letting people who don't realize that they have that power know, because our strength in numbers only grows when we are doing outreach about just this activism thing, like, because it's like none of this is futile. Like, we need to be helping each other right now. Like, our government thinks of us as like our government. The people in power, and it's different for everybody's situation, but the people in power, they think of us like a statistic, like a number. Like, so many people are on the edge of being homeless right now, and they banned homelessness. Like, you're going to be incarcerated, and then you're going to be forced into the slave labor system that has been implemented in our prisons now, and that's just here in America. Action needs to be directed everywhere. But that's why it's so good for us to all be talking about this with each other and being ready to like do something, because when I say outreach, it's just like we need to be talking with each other, like, hey, this system we're living in, like, thinks of us as a statistic. Like, it's not safe. Like, this like comfort is all false. It's an illusion. We have to like live paycheck to paycheck. For most people, they can barely make ends meet. They have to be working 2-3 jobs, 40-50 hours a week, 48 hours a week. Like, it's just unsustainable, and so many people are dying as well, like, who are being forced into slave labor, not only in the prisons, but in places where all the genocide is going on right now. Grounding and self-healing is important, but that's why I like just talking with each other about it, letting each other know that, like, hey, we're here, we're organizing. We all have this same mindset about that we are bigger in number than the people who are in power and control, like all being on the same page about that and what that means, and organizing with that in mind. It sounds a bit like out there, but just organizing locally, organizing with a local group and seeing like what's going on in your local crisis stuff going on right now, based on what like is important to you and your values, can help you sort of get your foot in the door with that. Because just locally, like, that's where you would start, connecting with people, organizing that, like, hey, we're bigger in number than the people in power and control. Again, like, none of this can be done without grounding and self-healing and balance with yourself, right? You don't want to get too caught up helping others before you help yourself, because you won't be able to fully put your energy in a healthy way. Action needs to be directed everywhere, so pick one place and direct action there. It is better to direct action in a way that works best for you. Use the skills you have. It's better to do actions you know you can do rather than put energy into stuff that isn't as easy for you or may be easier for someone else. That way, all the energy you have can be used to its greatest potential. Everyone has their own tools and abilities, and you may put more work into something that you're more passionate about, that's more close to your heart. If all of these crises are connected, directing action in one place is helping towards the whole picture. Doing research on history and then survival skills, I would say. Research on history and survival skills, not only so we can see the patterns that are happening, but in case stuff does start to go down with how much of a crisis things are turning into. Again, what the system can be changed into, I'll remember to leave a link about that. An economic system built on serving people instead of consumerism and making a profit. Like, I know we've been made to think that that's like impossible, but it's very possible, and it's extremely sad that we haven't arrived at that yet, but I think it's where we're going as a world, because where we have now is unsustainable and it's starting to show. The cracks are starting to show. Mindful consumerism, boycotting mindful consumerism within reason. I know we all have our own budgets and stuff, but like just McDonald's, for example, like don't go to McDonald's. Like mindful consumerism about us. I mean, we already have our tax dollars going into that genocide and all kinds of other stuff. So being mindful about who we put our money towards in consumerism, these companies, because some of these companies are the ones that are the monopolies who are continuing these crises and putting profit over people and causing the problem. That's why mindful consumerism is so important, because it's all about the money, right? And where you put your money, you could be contributing to the problem. Getting involved locally with activist organizations that align with your values can give you a specific action to start with, and just give you like something small to start with. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. You can just get your foot in the door, meet the people, and see what's going on locally. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I've been experiencing weird shit. I feel like the world's changing. I feel like I want to tell y'all that you should trust your intuition and go within and change and grow. Don't let the stuff going on in the world define who you are, or distract you from your path. Getting in touch with your true self is most beneficial for everybody else and you being able to help everybody else. And it is most essential right now when things are getting so hectic and the precedence is crumbling and the veil of democracy is thinning. All that being said, don't hold yourself at high of an expectation. I know in my last video it's pretty clear that I'm just sitting there like white guilt, like high expectations, like psh. And I'm like really bad at that, but everybody has stuff that they need to work on. And I think I was just upset that I hadn't realized how much I'm contributing to this by not realizing what's going on. But don't hold yourself at high of an expectation. I shouldn't be holding myself at high of an expectation. We're all trying our best. As long as you are trying and you're part of the solution and not the problem, every little action counts. Like, the smallest action is better than doing nothing. It creates a ripple effect, and it makes it to where other people are more likely to be affected by the action. It's just about not giving up. Don't try to do too much and burn yourself out. Take it slow and balance. That's why grounding and self-healing and focusing on your path is so important. A lot of my repeats in my last vid was, a lot of my reason for feeling fear is thinking it's futile. It's just thinking it's futile. Therefore I need to remember to think it's futile is to add to the problem. I mostly rambled a lot in my last video about how we can't change within the system because the system itself is faulty, built on genocide and slavery. While it is faulty, it's not entirely true that it can't be changed within it. Yes, the system itself is faulty, but it has changed a lot historically through specifically grassroots organization and revolution. And that this will look different with the technological and digital age. We have no idea how it's really going to play out, but how any of this, like our future, but how intricate our social systems are now, there's no way to completely take it down and rebuild it. But that doesn't mean it can't be changed the way it needs to be changed. Even though like there's this what's it called, propaganda that's been built up that there's just no way it can be changed, and this is the only way like the system works, and it's just illogical. It's been literally hidden from the population that this can be changed. There is a movement for this change. There is a movement for this change. It's already been happening. It's been happening for a long time. I'm only just now getting tapped into it. Like, I'm late to the party. I'm way late. But I've been to some protests recently where people are feeling it. It's like really starting to happen, I think. And that's also why I wanted to make this video. Yeah, just trust yourself. Trust that you know that these are wrong. I know that it's overwhelming and it feels like we're like the problem's too big because there's so many. But that's why it's good to just start small, start locally, just organize with the people around us. Our numbers are bigger than the people